first ever show of Bullshit Alert. I am your host, Danny Marshall, and tonight we're playing the game Bullshit Alert, which, if it sounds like bullshit and it smells like bullshit, it is most likely bullshit.
Bullshit!
Nice. So our first team captain today is a slender man, but he's not the slender man. It's Matt Herman, everybody. And our other team captain is my mom's former ex-boyfriend, current husband. I call him Daddy, but you call him Felder. Alex Felder. Tonight on Matt's team, we have a talented teacher, improviser, and head of advanced improvisation at the Second City. If you say her name backwards, it's Leah Carr Nosum. You know, just because you guys were wondering. It's Rachael Mason. Yeah. We also have an author, and hilarious teacher, performer, and director at the Second City and I.O. He watches the salad bar at Mariano's like a hawk. So check out his Instagram for more on that. It's Jeff Griggs.
Griggs in the Briggs. Griggs in the Briggs.
On Felder's team, we have a comedy writer and teacher at the Harold Ramis Film School, Columbia College of Chicago, and DePaul University. She can talk to animals, but doesn't find them all that interesting. It's Pat O'Brien. And we have the artistic director of the Second City, director of Second City's 107th Main Stage Review, currently running, called Algorithm Nation or Static Quo, but most notably, he is a tactical gamer. Matt Hovde, everybody. We're going to start with our first round. Our panelists each have a card in front of them, and to make things harder, they have not seen what is on that card. They have no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to figure out if what they're saying is a crazy true story or if it is all bullshit. So, we're going to start with Rachael Mason.
I once got into a burp contest with a student that led me to projectile vomit.
Felder's team, what do you guys think? Any questions?
When was this?
It was like right after Trump was elected. Like my anxiety spiked.
In a year?
Huh?
A date in a year?
Say after November 2016.
Danny, stay out of this. Where is this at? The Second City?
I mean, does the parking garage count?
Yeah, sure. Okay, parking garage, Second City.
Okay.
All right. Can you say who it was?
Seth Thomas.
How did Seth react?
He was, so Seth is not, you know Seth Thomas, he's a real person.
Septimus, yes.
The
We all know the
Defiant
Emperor
Thomas brothers,
Septimus.
Seth Thomas. So I was behind my car and we were like, whatever, he burped and I burped and I was like, I really have to burp. And then I uked and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, this never happened.
So this hasn't happened before?
Well, anyone who knows me knows that I, my anxiety physicalizes as nausea. Wait, what's the right? It's not nauseous, it's nauseated. Yeah. What's the fucking...
Yeah,
nauseated.
Yes, you
Thank
are
you.
correct. I knew.
Yeah, Rachael is known for this. She's the most disgusting person that works at Second City. She comes into the office, and everyone goes, well, we're not getting work done for the next hour. And she's already sworn, thrown the middle fingers up, probably burped and farted 100 times. You can confirm this, Matt. Very good. So this is starting to smell true.
It's smelling true to me as well.
A little true, a little probable at least, or possible, right?
I put Seth in quotation marks, but I was lying. I know Seth's a real person.
So, are we thinking, do we have an answer here?
Well, it's certainly plausible.
It's very plausible.
I mean, we could try to trip her up. We haven't been very hard on her.
Well,
as far
I
as
tried to trip her up with the date, but I
know.
felt like
I talked about my anxiety.
Rachel, what did you eat?
What?
I was going to ask. What did you eat?
What color was my vomit?
No, well,
Bile and a Xanax.
The Xanax came up? Well, hold on.
Oh, we have a medical
My dad's
situation.
a doctor. All right, so the Xanax came up like a full Xanax?
Yeah, I had just taken it because I was like, oh no.
Was it partially
It was really
digested?
working well. Yeah. It was a wet Xanax.
Basically.
A whole wet Xanax? That doesn't happen.
Well, you're supposed to take it like when you're having the thing, so I took it and it didn't, like it wasn't in time.
And you decided to challenge Seth to a burp contest?
It didn't start as a burp contest. We just started burping, and then it was like burp, and then I was like, oh no!
So can you burp on command, or were you just very burpy?
I definitely can burp on command.
Can you demonstrate this?
Okay, check out. All right, I believe you.
That does check out. Yeah, my only skepticism is, do you actually projectile vomit from a false burp?
Oh, good, projectile.
Yes.
Let's get that.
Because that's a very
what
specific
constitutes
phrase.
projectile
Because
vomit?
projectile is.
So you know I had abdominal surgery, right? So
Yes.
sometimes like if I can't engage my core, it comes like out my nose, like, hey everybody, I'm cool.
Okay, I don't want to get into details.
Yeah.
Do we have an answer?
Yeah.
What are we saying?
I'm gonna vote true.
They're gonna vote true. Rachel, is that true or
That
is that bullshit?
That is a fucking bullshit lie.
Oh my God!
I can't even see this chair.
Come together, team. Come together. We got this.
That was so
No,
good.
she did not projectile vomit over a student. She just puts their cigarettes out on them.
I knew I should have called you on Septimus.
And the date. And the time.
It's all a lie. Matt Hovde, you're
I
up next.
really did have a panic attack after Trump was
Plausible.
elected. Matt Hovde.
I'm just gonna read it. I'm not even gonna proofread it like you did, because that'll tip me. I, dressed as Dr. Emmett Brown, gave a history report about how past events affect the future.
During what? Just like in your house?
Were you in your house for this
Daily.
presentation?
When was that?
This was in high school.
High school.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
For like a project?
What
Oh,
year?
of course. Probably 91, junior year.
I was definitely born then.
World history.
You were dressing in costume junior year?
Absolutely. 100%.
And did you do it because this was around the time that the movie came out?
No, later.
Okay.
But
I was trying to.
trick me on that.
Thanks for
Trick me
giving
on
away.
when Back to the Future was around.
I,
We know it was 1985 because the Cubs won the World Series,
Yeah.
and it was 2015 that was supposed to happen.
Griggs, confirm that?
yeah.
Okay.
No, that's why I was trying to trip him up to see if he was
I'm
lying.
sorry.
Yeah.
I totally fucking believe this.
I believe that you projectile vomit. I'm on your team, and I thought you guys have to vote. She did it, of course. So, did you have visual aids?
Can you
100%.
do a little bit of that speech?
I can certainly do him. I don't remember the speech itself.
Okay,
Sure.
can you do him?
Marty, wait, we got it back to the future.
And what was the topic?
This was about world history, so it was often my MO to go 130% farther than anyone would ever want me to.
Yeah.
So we were each assigned different topics, and I was assigned a topic and decided we were showing cause and events of historical events, and so
Wait,
I
this was
turned
actually for a school project.
Yes. This wasn't just on the street corner. Oh yeah.
It was just a general world history. It wasn't like you were taking specific events and talking about those.
Oh, no, the class covered all those events.
Right.
Specifically.
Yeah, what can you name a couple of events?
Well, from history.
One event from history. One event from history.
There was a war or two.
That you talked about in that speech.
Yeah, because
well,
the way you're putting it now, it sounds like you did it for an entire semester.
No. This was for one specific project. This was in addition to projects that I did where I edited together footage from the Star Wars movies and medieval sword fighting. This particular one I think was about the Mongols because we had a teacher who got really into this stuff, and I just fed off that. And she would say, she would say that when the Mongols would arrive, they were a horseback riding, archer-driven sort of like nomadic society.
Right.
And when they would arrive in your kingdom's doorstep, everyone would say, "Mongols! Oh no!"
Checks out. That's true. That happened.
I thought that reminded me of Doc Brown. So I did the whole thing as like explaining how the Mongols.
Definitely believe this.
What? Great Scott! Great Scott! Yeah, I mean.
Griggs, we think it's true.
Okay, yeah. So Matt, what is your team?
Absolutely gives off that kind of vibe.
Yeah. So
I think we think it's true.
we think it's true. Matt Hovde, is that true or is that bullshit?
That's bullshit, Rachel! Bullshit! Come on.
1 to 1.
Bam, bam.
Oh, all the high fives. Yeah.
Jeff, you're up.
What is reality?
I know.
You're gonna throw up?
I am.
Oh no.
It'll become true.
It'll come through my nose.
I'm
It's
not
fine.
very good at this game because I'm believing everybody. I was once given a standing ovation on an Amtrak train.
For what?
Jeff, I know you as a performer. You've never gotten a standing
Matt was my director.
Initial party.
Oh, when Second City was on the Amtrak. Tracks.
I did
that we
shows
had
on the
for
Amtrak.
10 years.
Murder mystery
What was
train.
the trip? Where were you going?
I was going from Chicago to Lincoln, Illinois, going home to see my family. And so, yeah, I was taking a train, and yeah, I got a standing ovation on it.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's slow down. Let's just.
So you walk onto the train, doors open, bing bong, and then it's just, oh,
No.
Jeff, fucking
I will say, you saluted, and there, I do. My haircut does.
White supremacist or military?
Military, yeah. Even 2 or 3 days ago, I was at a movie and somebody asked me if I needed a military discount. I said no. But I was on.
That's good. Stolen valor? That's a real thing.
Yeah. Well, I was on a train, and we had just worked on a cruise ship in Hawaii, and to work on a cruise ship, we had to have a special license, and it was a merchant mariner's license. And
This seems true.
I think that part.
That part is true.
Yeah.
I know that's true.
And
That's
I had this license, and when we were in Hawaii, we'd use the license all the time to get discounts at things. And people, when you would go to a movie, they would say, "Do you have MMD card?" And I would give it to them, and I would get a discount. And so, yeah,
You're going back to the train?
I'm going back to
He's slow, but he gets there.
He's deflecting. It's a hard
Gets
deflect.
there,
It's
Felder.
a hard deflect.
So, going from Chicago to Lincoln, I had filled out the thing online, and that's how I fill things out.
Slapping the keyboard.
And I had clicked a military ID.
And they knew? All the people in the train knew?
Well, when I got on the train, the conductor said, "You need to sign for the ticket." And I said, "Okay." And then he shouted to his co-conductor and said, "Listen, make sure you check his military ID." So I showed it to the conductor, and he said,
Mariner.
the Merchant Mariner thing. He looked at it, went, "Okay, thank you." And I put it down and put it in my wallet, and then the conductors left. I thought, I'm gonna go get some snacks. And when I went to go get some snacks, I realized I didn't have my wallet, and turned to get my wallet, and there was an old lady who looked up to me.
Oh my God.
And she said, "Thank you for your service."
And everyone clapped?
And I said, "Oh, no problem," because I had just gotten off a ship where people are constantly saying, "Great show, thank you for the show," and I would always go, "Oh yeah, no problem." So she said, "Thank you for your service." I said, "No problem," and then realized I just took credit for something that she was not thanking me for. And then I started to walk to go get my snacks, and people clapped as I
But they
went through.
they all stood up.
They all stood up and clapped for me as I went to get my snacks, and then when I came back with my snacks.
Twice?
Two?
I'm tripped up on like an Amtrak to Lincoln. Is there an Amtrak to Lincoln?
Okay, those are the details that.
I couldn't get past that. There's an Amtrak station.
Yeah, so Lincoln,
What was the
Illinois.
station?
Lincoln, Illinois.
The Lincoln, Illinois.
All right, okay, good. I was
Like
just
the one that's on the way to Springfield, or like thereabouts ish, or no?
Yeah, it's on the way to Springfield. Yeah, you go from You go. I don't know all the stops. I just know that you go Lincoln, and then if you fall asleep, it then goes to Springfield.
And then it goes to Springfield. I honestly don't know if Lincoln's before or after Springfield.
Yeah.
He's from Illinois.
And it goes further to New Orleans.
To New Orleans. There's an Amtrak that goes to New Orleans.
It makes
That's
more
a fact.
stops. It makes more stops, but it goes.
It goes Springfield, Illinois, nothing for 7 states. No!
So it was one old lady. Did she
That
project?
started it. Did she project Obama?
I mean, Did she project Obama and also her voice?
No, she just looked up to me and said thank you for your service and shook my hand, and then everybody clapped and.
Like a slow clap or was it a fast clap?
Well,
Like a
just the
Rudy
people
clap?
around clapped,
Did they
and
say
then
Griggs, Griggs,
they
Griggs?
stood up. No, they didn't say that.
They stood on a moving train?
Yeah.
Weren't they were
They all stood. That's okay. They all stood up on a moving train. That's
Relativity?
dangerous.
Never mind.
Yes, tell us about relativity.
No, I'm not
Are we
playing.
getting
No,
a vote? Is there
the
a
train
vote?
wibbles.
Okay.
You
yeah.
can still stand.
I know.
Okay.
You guys want more details? Or what do you
No, based solely on his mention of him wanting snacks, I think this is true.
See, but I
But we already got screwed on the
true
true before.
details into this.
Yeah, I mean,
told
I do eat snacks.
what percentage?
That's the best part.
I have a question for the host. What percentage of the story has to be legitimately verifiable in order for it to constitute?
It made the. I don't know.
Oh, all right.
I hope he's. I don't know.
I'm voting true on this one.
True?
Okay, you're going
All
for
right.
what are you going, Kat?
Is there a symbol, Danny? I give thumbs
Sure,
up.
yeah, that's
I mean,
what
it's
you're
true.
Okay, I'm gonna say
This
bullshit, and I'm
means-
gonna make you break
Okay,
the tie.
see, okay, that's
Yeah,
my gut is going bullshit.
So.
I think it might be bullshit.
This is who do you like more, Cat or me?
I'm not gonna teach you again for 2 more terms.
I'm gonna go with my gut,
And
and we're going bullshit.
bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Hey Jeff, is that true or is that bullshit?
It's true.
Okay, it's Kat's turn.
This is hard to admit, but I once burned the French flag.
So, Matt's team, any questions?
Were you in France?
I was.
Oh.
It was in the.
I got a whole bottle.
Why?
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 I was at a protest.
And what were you protesting?
The French? Generally?
Generally,
Or
broadly.
something specific?
It was both.
It was general and specific.
Generally, I was protesting being at the protest. However, specifically, I found my own cause and connected to it.
Was your family with you, or were you alone, and why were you there in France?
I was studying abroad,
How old were you?
16.
Oh.
High school?
Yeah, high school.
You went abroad in high school.
Yeah, it was just like a 10-day abroad, but I say studying because it sounds more impressive.
You happened to go to France.
I happened to take a 10-day trip my junior year.
But set the scene a little bit. Were other students also burning French flags, or was it?
I mean, it
just
was hard to
you?
tell if they were students. They just looked like people.
So you just
We don't
Yeah.
discriminate, man. You know.
Are
so you
you
just wandered into a group of people?
I did.
I want to look cool.
my hand up?
Yes, yes.
Do you speak any French?
Maybe. Je suis fluent.
I thought you said maybe, but you
Oui.
do.
Is that real?
C'est dommage.
C'est dommage. Tu te moques de moi? Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je dise?
That sounds like.
C'était une grande journée.
Sounds like French.
Justement,
Petit
pas
français.
10 jours, mais c'était grand à mon imagination. Alors,
That sounded like imagination.
I said it was a big trip, like only 10 days, but it was big in my imagination.
So
So why did you go to France? Was
Yeah.
it part of a major, or did you want
Well,
to
I was in
like?
high school, so I was studying French, and it was like our spring
Go to
break,
France.
go to France.
And
So
did
why
you
were
go
they
with the
burning a
group?
France? Was it like the Bastille Day, whatever?
No, I accidentally set it on fire. What? I mean, obviously, I don't want to admit that I deliberately torched a flag.
So how did you accidentally set it on fire?
I had a lighter,
Okay.
And then found on the ground.
And a flag?
So the lighter fell on the ground and ignited a flag?
No, I found a lighter on the ground, and so I was like playing with it, and I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm cool. And then there was a flag, and I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, and I ran away.
How flammable are flags? Like,
I was just gonna say, would a flag
like,
just
would
go
it
up?
just erupt in flames like a phoenix?
I mean, I don't. How much detail do you want me to get into?
Was it
Like, it was accidental at first, and then we thought it. I mean, like, we were 16. We thought it was funny. Like, I don't want to, you know.
We thought it was funny.
How dare you?
We were 16. We were idiots.
So who was with you on this trip?
Yeah.
Other kids in my French class.
Okay. So it was
Give
just
me 2 names.
Taryn and Peter. Do you want their last names?
Usually, yeah.
Can you call one of them right now?
Taryn
on your
Burgo.
phone?
I don't have my
We
phone
do not
on
have
me.
the time.
Someone in the audience probably could get Taryn Burgo, Peter Hines on the phone, Becca Rosenbaum.
Don't do that.
I know Becca Rosenbaum, but probably a different Becca Rosenbaum.
what year was this?
It was, I guess, April of 98, 97.
Okay.
So, what do you guys think?
All right.
We can talk out loud.
We're not in a private room.
I think it's a lie.
I think it's true.
I think it's a lie, but we've been wrong.
I know. So should we just go for the opposite?
The entire night.
Fine.
The way the information was revealed makes me think that Kat was trying to be coy.
Agreed.
I think it was all there in her head. I think it's there. I think it's true.
So, is the whole team saying true?
No, I think it's a
No,
lie.
I think it's a lie.
Okay,
He's
so
the leader.
That's not how that works.
He's
But
our
I'm,
leader.
team captain.
Yeah, he's team captain. So
Are you
we
going to overrule your party? You can.
God.
But you are their
you're the captain.
student. Yeah, your choice.
Yeah, you can do it.
Lazar.
I'm gonna overrule
You're going to overrule.
my much more knowledgeable team.
Great. You're going to overrule and say it's true. Kat, is
Yep.
it true or is it bullshit?
Bullshit.
Oh, that was a double fool moment.
Matt, let's...
I'm going to fail you. I just want you to know that.
There are no grades at this school.
I'm going to deny you renting equipment.
Can do that. Matt, why don't you try and get some redemption and read off your card that we all just saw.
Fucking
Did you
asshole.
guys vet these captains at all?
No, not at all.
These are just
This was
your
definitely
friends from
nepotism,
college,
right?
right?
We're friends. This is why we're up here.
They were in the
We're
room
not
while I
qualified.
was watching TV.
Yeah. Now it makes sense.
Fucking laser.
I spent an entire year pretending to play the bass clarinet.
Why?
Because I wanted to be in the advanced band.
Was it an AP course?
It was the better, like a really good band at my high school.
But did you have to audition to get into this advanced band? Because that's
No, they
usually how
needed
it
more
works.
bass clarinet players, so I said, I play the bass
And
clarinet.
they're like, you generally look
How
like
old
a
were
guy
you?
who would play the bass clarinet.
It was senior year of high school.
Wait, so senior you had advanced band, you didn't have like honors band?
I don't know that that's a distinction that my school, it was, we didn't have grades or it was all rainbows and unicorns.
So, okay, man, when you say pretending to play,
Like you.
you held it and fingered the notes, or did you?
Or was it an imaginary clarinet?
Was it like you had no idea how to play the instrument at all?
I had no clue. There was one note that my friend who also played the bass clarinet, who I wanted to sit next to, taught me to play. I could play that note.
What was the note?
I don't remember.
How big was this bass clarinet?
Yeah.
It's big.
Well, you're tall. How big on you?
Isn't
Like-
that the one that goes like this?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have a question for you, Matt. I have a question for you, and answer wisely. All right. What size reed did you use?
Good question. Did you even know the answer?
Felder.
Yes, I do.
Felder, I knew how to play one note.
Okay.
It did not matter.
You know the reed is.
Yes, I played the saxophone, but not well enough to be in that band.
So you switched.
And that's-
Oh, did you play
there's
sax
no
or bend
reed.
sax?
Tenor sax.
You played tenor, okay. I played alto.
Like this one?
I know, you never stop talking about
Ew, fucking Felder, ew.
Let's talk about the logistics of doing this for a year.
Yeah, it was a full year.
I mean, you lie to get in, you bluff, they buy it. At some point, nothing is coming out of this instrument.
How many other bass clarinets were adjacent to you?
One.
So it was
were
you
you
and one
first?
other, and that was the friend that taught you that note.
Yes.
Okay.
What chair were you?
I was the chair that sat next to the person
Second
who could
chair.
play bass clarinet.
No, see, I was trying to trip him up on first or
So
second
you,
chair.
so you sat in this class, I assume, like 40
Yes.
minutes an hour every
It was-
day,
it was
and
very-
stared at dots on a page and did nothing the whole time.
I knew that they were notes.
I know that, but I'm saying, did you? No one asked you.
Dots on a
Okay,
page.
look,
Matt,
by the time our first concert came up, it was very evident I did not know how to play, and my band teacher, who was a very nice guy,
what was his name?
Mr. Richardson.
Checks out.
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah, he played the alto sax.
He said,
So you pretended for the whole year.
Yes.
What did you play at the winter concert?
Ooh.
I played that one note whenever it came up.
No, what did the band?
How did it
what
resolve? How did this
What did you
resolve?
pretend to play?
Yeah.
I have no idea. It was 4 years ago. That's.
Okay, but how? All right, you.
Matt was
fucking
Doc Brown in
stoner.
1991.
Hold on.
He remembered the Mongols.
All right.
You're on my team. I don't know.
He's like, look, I know that you can't play at all.
He just said, very kindly, you do not have to be at the concert if you don't want to.
Did you go?
That's so
I did.
sad. You did? You did go?
I played that one note so good.
Okay, Felder, what is your team thinking?
I have not a strong feeling on this. I'm trying to go off of, I'm trying to get in the mind of this guy and figure out like, do you feel like a fraud when this is happening? Or are you just like a go with it kind of person? Or are you like every day being like,
It's both
they're
for me.
going to,
Yeah,
I'm
he's both.
ruined from, he is?
He's terribly ashamed all the time, but he goes with it.
That is way too accurate, but yes.
That is the best summary of my personality I've ever heard.
So I'm going true then.
All right, true.
Because I think he just caught a wave and he's like, I guess I'm just going to do this for a while. And then he got caught and he's like, I think it's true.
Yeah. Plus they had two bullshits already on their team, right? Or wait,
Yeah,
no,
but-
oh no, Griggs was true.
Yeah, but
And we thought it was
I'm not
bullshit.
going to go meta on this
Oh,
because
okay.
they
All right,
did say
yeah.
that they flipped the coin.
Yeah, all right, fine. I'm shutting down the meta. You say bullshit, or no, you say true?
I think it's
Did you
true.
say true? What do you say?
I could go true.
But your gut is no.
Felder, you're gonna override your team.
I was so happy when you did that. Okay. I'm gonna go with my team.
Great, they think it's true. Matt, is that true or is that bullshit?
Yeah, it's a smart move. It's true.
Yeah! First win. Nice job.
We have time for the last one, a quick round. Felder,
Okay.
you're up.
I went on a date with the hottest girl in school because she thought I was the other Alex F. in my grade.
Avoid the stink guy. Just don't look at
What
the
was
stink
his
guy.
last name?
His last name was Alex Feldman.
That's so close.
Did you pass her a note? How did she?
Yeah, how did she
How
not?
did she end up on the date?
So I came up to her and I was like, hey, do you want to go out with me? And she was like, no. But then I passed her a note in class. I was like talking to my friends and they were like, dude, just like ask her out. And I was like, well, I did already. So I passed her a note and was like, hey, will you go out with me, Alex F? Because that's how I signed my name back then. And she passed the note back, yes. And then, you know, it came time to go to the date. It was like, I was like,
You
cool.
didn't talk to her at all?
No. I wrote back to her,
See you
like,
there.
cool.
Don't talk to me.
Like, let's go to Round Table tomorrow at 8. My mom will drive us. So I passed her back the note, and she was like, sounds good. Passed it back to me.
So she physically saw you pass the note back.
No. This was like in a big class. We were watching a movie, so it
he's
wasn't.
asking for Alex Feldman.
We were
I'm so
actually-
excited.
Alex Feldman was also in the class.
Oh,
She didn't turn back and
Yes.
go, which Alex F?
No.
Were you
no.
friends with him?
No, we weren't really friends. He was like really cool.
At least he's self-aware.
Felder, describe the ways he's better than you.
We
I would like
so
to
I
hear
can give
it.
you
I
an
would like
example
to hear it.
that happened during that class. So we were watching we were watching a version of Romeo and Juliet on film. And there's
Romeo plus Juliet?
not Romeo plus Juliet.
The
but
old,
there's
really old one.
The
it might be
Zeffirelli
Romeo
one?
plus Juliet, but
Spell
there's
Romeo.
one where
With Claire
there's one
Danes
scene
or
where
with
Juliet like pushes her covers away and you can see her boobs for like 2 seconds.
This checks out.
Okay.
I saw that.
Yes.
I saw that one. Yeah.
And this is,
Because it was
this is the
shocking.
reason.
Yeah, it was shocking.
This is the reason that he's cooler than me, okay? When that happened, I was like, whoa, and turned to the rest of my class, and no one else reacted. And that's how Alex Feldman is cooler than me.
Fucking Felder.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think?
Oh, this quick?
No, you can. Okay, yeah. You have another question?
What was her name?
Sam Karras.
What was it short for?
Samantha Karras.
How old were you?
Oh, man.
What grade were you in?
I was like a sophomore in high school.
Sophomore in high school?
Yeah.
And you were still passing notes?
Yes. I've had a rough time with women in my life. I was a late bloomer.
Are you single?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Now?
Hey, but he is single, guy.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
See, if this is true, it would explain so much.
So much.
I'm going, it's a lie.
I think this deeply.
The
Has a
Juliet
Felder
thing
vibe to
is
it.
true. And because I remember seeing it in my sophomore class and sitting there and that happening and going, what? We're in school.
I turned and looked at the rest of the class and just stoic. Everyone was like, you're a loser.
What are we thinking?
I say lie.
I say lie.
Go ahead, do it again. Go ahead. Go ahead. Seriously, do it
Do
again.
whatever you want to do, Laser.
Yeah, do it.
I don't
You can
fucking
do it.
care.
Go ahead.
Laser,
This sounds so much like
Laser.
Felder. But if I
Felder.
override my team and I'm wrong again, I'm just gonna.
Do what you
But
want
you
to
could
do,
be a hero.
Laser. You could be a hero.
You could be a hero.
Do what you want to do, baby. You're the team captain.
We're down by 1 point. This could be the point.
Or I could sink us.
Yeah.
I'm going with my team.
Oh.
I can't do it.
Okay.
I can't do it.
They think it's bullshit. Felder, is it bullshit?
Ooh, it is a lie.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. That was yes, yes.
The next round, we're going to bring up a special guest, okay? So, each of Felder's team is going to claim that they have a special connection to our guest, and it's up to Matt's team to decide who's telling the truth and who's bullshitting. So please, everyone, give it up for our guest, Nolan. Come on up. Come on up. You can stand over here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Nolan. So, yeah, go ahead and read.
This is Nolan. He third wheeled my first date with my now husband.
Felder.
This is Nolan. In bumper-to-bumper traffic from the airport, we sang the entirety of Hamilton together.
And Matt.
This is Nolan. I found his wallet on the street. It's right here, and I'll give it back to him after the show.
So, Matt, who do you want to ask first?
Oh God. Kat, how long have you been married?
Where's your husband? I know.
Guess
he's
what?
here.
Today is our engagement anniversary.
What?
You're engaged? Yeah, we got it. Yes, a totally real holiday in my life. So we're engaged. No, I'm not good at math. Wait, I don't know. We've been married for like 16 years.
Okay.
Or no, together for 16, married for like 11.
And so he was
Like-ish. You should know that. I know I should know it, but I'm not good at math.
So Nolan was on your first date with your now husband?
Yes.
And where did you guys go?
The Shed Aquarium.
The Shed Aquarium?
Can we ask Nolan questions?
No.
No.
Who are you?
I wanted to know what Nolan's favorite part of the Shed Aquarium was.
You can ask him after, in 1959, for drinks.
Was it awkward? To have him there?
In some parts.
Did he go on any other dates?
Depends on how you define date, I suppose.
How do you define it?
The answer to your question is probably yes.
Probably yes. Okay.
Okay, Hovde, where did you find the wallet and how did you get in touch with him?
And why do you still have it?
Because meeting him in this way provided a great opportunity to bring him into the show. So it's right out of 230 North Avenue, right where the Piper's Alley. Well, the address is 230 West North Avenue. It's a confusing address.
Yeah.
So I had gone out tonight. I went and got Kamahachi to go. And so as I was coming back in, right outside of the revolving door, I found the wallet. I came inside, brought it up.
And so all this all just happened within like the last hour and a half.
2 hours, two hours before the show.
And you said, I found your wallet, but you have to come be a part of the show.
Yeah, did you
Felder,
say
how
I
do you know
won't?
this fucking guy?
We were in bumper to bumper traffic, and we sang
Felder, do you own a car?
I do not.
So does Nolan own a car?
Well, yeah, I assume so. It was.
Were you in an Uber? How did you get
Yes,
into the accident?
I was in an Uber. Yeah,
What
it wasn't
was
an
your Uber
accident.
driver's name and how many stars did you give him?
It was
Did you have to
Nolan. It
was
wait
Nolan.
For the next two?
Nolan was the.
He was the Uber driver.
Yes, and I gave him 5 stars because we sang the entirety of Hamilton together.
Why did you think?
Okay, Felder,
I thought that Felder rear-ended Nolan.
Oh.
Was,
sing the entirety of Hamilton right now.
and then sang Hamilton together, and we're like, whatever, bye.
Is that part of the rules?
Do what you want.
It must
Felder,
be nice.
can you sing some of Hamilton right now?
Yes.
He
No,
just
he
It
started.
must be nice. It must be nice.
All right, don't help him.
He knows.
Washington on-
He
Yeah, I can
knows a
sing.
lot of Hamilton.
I don't know all of Hamilton, but when the music is playing, you know, like you get
Yeah.
hyped.
And where were you coming from?
I was going from my apartment in St. Louis to the airport to go home for the summer.
How
So
long?
you're
this
from
occurred in
so
St. Louis?
he's from St. Louis?
I don't know
Bumper
if he's
to bumper
St.
from
Louis. He was an
St.
Uber
Louis?
driver in St. Louis. No, okay, I was in college in St. Louis. I went from my apartment to the airport.
You got him to come from St. Louis here?
Yeah.
When we lived together?
Yeah.
You don't have that kind of pull.
Look, I got his number after the ride. And I texted him, and he was like, of course, I'll do the show.
This all checks out. This checks out. This,
Definitely.
I know where my money's going.
Definitely
Yeah.
checks.
I don't know.
Did he take people up
For
here?
sure.
I haven't really
checks out.
communicated much. But,
Cool. Any other questions for anyone?
I'm good.
Griggs, you're good?
Can we see the wallet?
Sure. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, toss it.
that was a great job.
Oh, it is his wallet. It is.
Yes!
You threw it in the lights, so all I could see were lights. It is his wallet.
There's a picture of him and Kat.
Where is
here,
he
though.
from? Chicago. He's not from St. Louis.
He's not from St. Louis. So,
And that picture has her husband, but his face is marked out. That is
Yeah,
odd.
it's like
That is
blood, dude.
that is so strange.
You
Okay.
are so stolid, dude. I cannot tell what is
Yeah.
going on in your mind.
It's just, he's playing the track of Hamilton over it.
Okay, Matt.
Boom goes the blood and the shit spray.
Yeah. Hell
Matt,
yeah.
what are we thinking?
Do you want?
All of you guys.
I think it's a cat.
I think Nolan looks like a busy guy. He doesn't have time to just come to a show to retrieve his wallet.
I also don't
I think it's cat.
I don't think he would drive from the airport to
He
St.
flew!
Louis
He flew!
I think it's cat.
bumper to bumper
so
traffic.
what are we saying?
Felder,
cat.
if it's you, fucking amazing. That's all I have to say.
So Matt, your teammates are saying cat. Are you?
I also think it's cat.
We think it's
yeah,
cat.
we're gonna
Nolan.
go cat.
Who do you know and how?
I know Cat, and I was the third wheel.
On the first day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nolan.
The prop was good. Not having a wallet.
Nolan.
For our final round, we have an extra extra special guest who no
Extra
one
special.
except some people know about.
Oh,
And
no.
he will come up here and read a card that I'll give him. And you both have to ask him a question. And decide, are you okay?
She wants more
Yeah,
wine.
I'm great.
Yeah, you're handsome.
Great.
Well, as we do this, please help me welcome my Lord and Savior, Mariano DeMarco.
No, it's like,
Yeah, hey.
she's been bragging about this show for like 2 weeks. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do the show. You gotta go. I said, what is it? Thank you.
Sneaky.
Like, and Rachel mentioned it. It's like, what are you talking about?
And here's your card. Oh. So,
The legendary Betty Davis thought that I was her icebox repairman.
Let's start with the phrase icebox.
Well, yeah,
Mariano, do you know what an icebox
I
is?
want this to be true so
I
bad.
do too.
So you.
I'm so
It's
biased.
like a little
What'd she call you? Well, like when you came over, what?
young man.
I have a question, and this might be embarrassing for me to ask. Who is Betty Davis?
You know the great Betty Davis?
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to explain to me who it is.
Whatever happened to Baby Jane?
She was the Meryl Streep of her day in the 30s and
Okay.
40s.
See, I know Meryl Streep. Cool.
Yeah, but 30s, 40s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Young man, are you here to fix my icebox?" With like one of those long cigarettes. Those long.
She wasn't smoking.
Okay.
Where?
What?
Yeah, where was this?
Yeah, what year was it? How old was she?
It was in West Hollywood,
Oh yeah.
and it was probably 1981.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Believe
there's
that.
an obvious question here. What were you doing
Yeah,
here
yeah.
if not to repair her icebox?
Well, I was a big fan of Betty Davis's. I'd seen like all of her movies, and when my friend Kevin and I, my best friend, and I were going to do a trip to LA because we lived in Berkeley in the Bay Area, somebody told us that Betty Davis had an apartment in West Hollywood, and that and they told us the name of the street which we went to.
What was
and-
it?
What was what?
The street name.
Lie.
Danny knows. Danny knows.
It was. Oh, Danny.
One, two, three,
West
State
Havenhurst.
Street.
West Havenhurst.
West Haven.
West Havenhurst.
West Havenhurst.
That sounds legit.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do we get points from this?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's whichever
It's
team
funny
guesses
because
right.
my
Yeah, like,
husband
do we
asked
have
me
to
the
guess
same
true
thing
or
before I left the
false?
house. He said,
Yeah.
if you win, what do you get? So I kind of want to know that too.
Mariano, you already win. This is, if you guys, each team separately get it right, you each get 1,000 points.
Oh, okay.
Because
1,000.
So it's like the
What is
daily
this, a
double,
golden
triple,
snitch?
Yeah,
quadruple.
well, each has been worth one, but you're in one differential, so I'm just making it
So
worth
what's
1,000.
So if we
We
both
have
win,
fun, Felder.
it's like. But I mean, it's like if you're gonna put the snitch in the game, just have another rules.
Because it's all on the line here, is what
It's
you're
all
saying.
on the line.
It's
Right.
all on
Yes,
the
this
line.
is-
So
tie?
what did you?
No,
we're up.
Okay.
What did you say when she thought you were the her icebox boy?
And did you actually tinker with the icebox?
I said no. I said I wish I had fixed your icebox.
Wait,
That was it?
wait a second.
What?
Did I miss something? Did you just stalk Betty Davis?
Yeah, we stopped.
So what?
I
Yeah, what
stopped
happened
you,
after that? You
Ramon,
said
I
you were
get
like,
it.
no, I wish I
wish I
was
had.
here. I wish I had.
I was trying to ingratiate myself.
So then was she like, oh, are you so ingratiating?
No,
Did she
actually,
throw you out?
not really. She this was in the hallway. It wasn't in her apartment.
You never made it in.
No. She said there's been a terrible accident, but it'll be all right. And she walked in and she
And what was she?
I'm storing the bodies in my icebox.
Baby Jane.
What was that?
So what was she? Was she going out for a jog? Was she?
Oh no. She was in like a like a little house dress, thin little house dress,
As we do.
and she had a little like necklace that said Betty on it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, to help
She
her
did.
remember her name?
Yeah. And her hair was really stringy. In fact, at first I didn't recognize her. She was that old. I know.
Wait a second.
What?
How old?
In 81? I mean, excuse me, 79?
Wait.
Didn't I say 79?
No, you said
Yeah,
81.
you
Well,
did
no,
say
I said
79.
around 79.
Yeah,
Or
you
I
did
say
around
81?
79.
It was around that time. 2 years.
That's not the part to pick on of this.
No,
The
right.
part to pick on is
But no,
we got the name of a street that she might live on, and we just wandered this street randomly until we found her apartment.
Well, at first we didn't find it.
That's fair.
No,
How long did you look?
oh, we looked for. Well, we had been told. See, she used to be a big.
time did you have?
Oh, we didn't have anything to do. We had hours.
Good.
So we were going up and down the street, and we were told by this person who had tipped us off that she had, she had been at Warner Brothers, which was a big studio, and so that was in Burbank.
Right.
The studio. And so we were told that her name was not on the doorbell, that it said Burbank West. That was the tip off.
Okay.
So we looked up and down the whole street and we didn't find it.
That's going to be the name of the movie based on this.
Well,
Burbank West.
we were giving up, but we ended up running into these 2 guys who were having a yard sale.
Okay.
This is true.
And they said, we asked them, we said, do you know where Betty Davis lives? And they're like, yeah, she's like right over there.
So you just stumbled into the situation. They're like, oh,
Young
my
man, are you here to fix my
Well,
eyes?
yeah, the front door was open, so we were able to walk right into her building.
Her building.
Yeah, she lived in a building.
Yeah, and how did she ask? Like, can you do an impersonation of her asking if you are her icebox boy?
Betty.
Well, I didn't want an impersonation of you.
Oh, okay. See,
You did an impression of
did a
her
Betty
name
Davis
To her. And then she said back to you.
young man.
Mariano.
That's when she said.
Are you here to fix the icebox?
And how did she say that?
She said, "Are you the young man who came to fix my icebox?"
Ah.
Sure, yeah, that was great. That was great.
Smattering.
And you said yes.
Because
you don't even
the audience doesn't know.
I said I wish I had
It's totally a lie.
You think so?
So,
So then what did she say?
You guys have
Was the icebox?
She said, "There's been a terrible accident."
And then
then
she
that
went
was
back,
it.
but
And
it's
she
all
walked
right.
back
And then
into
she went
her
back
apartment.
Did you ever find out what the accident was? Oh, what was the accident?
But it's all right.
Someone had tried to jump off the building.
What
And she needed an icebox?
What?
no, 2 unrelated.
Yeah.
The building has apartments.
Right. Right.
Someone.
a body.
Yes. No, it's easier. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was a body.
Okay.
So what do you guys think? Any inklings, Max team?
Yeah, we have an inkling.
What do you think?
It's a lie.
Think it's a lie? All 3 of you think that?
No.
Laser does not think it's a lie.
Which means it is. So
So you're going with lie.
We're going with lie.
And Felder's team?
See,
You also
okay,
go with the lie?
I think that he's been playing us this whole time. It is true, and he's been throwing us off the scent by saying a
His
lot.
manner of delivery
Yes,
was a ruse.
and when he looked at Danny, Mariano's a great performer.
I have
He is.
processed the information.
Yes, we are all humans. So, but I don't know. I've been wrong most of the time
Okay.
so far. So.
Matt or Kat,
You know Mariano, Ellen,
Yeah,
to
what
know
did-
that so much of this is,
Yeah, I mean, he definitely.
It's like
will.
lots of
if it
truth
is a lie,
sprinkled
it's
in
got a lot
there.
of truth
in there?
yeah,
That's
let's,
how a
could've-
good liar would lie,
I
right?
know,
Right,
and
it's
that
the
I would
truth.
fall
But
for
a good
it.
liar would also be telling the truth and make it look like a lie.
thinking too hard.
The only way that you will beat us is if you go against us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you guys win. Yeah.
Logic. Logic.
Okay.
I mean, by that strategy alone,
Yeah, we
you
should-
should go true.
Well, it's not me, it's us. So.
Right.
or you'll fail twice as hard.
Well, not as hard as you failed.
I am definitely failing laser.
I'm not in your class anymore. You can't do that.
Okay, what do you guys
I'd
think?
still go lie, but only because some of the little details just were hard to line up, and he seemed to pull for those. That's just a small thing. Well, yeah, then I would give
79,
you
81
a
or
deserved
something
standing
like that.
ovation.
Yeah, and I think he did the 79-81 thing on purpose.
I think it was
I'm
on
not
purpose.
worried about the year. Like, come on. You're not old enough to understand what it might be like to think back 20 years.
No, I'm saying I agree with Felder. I think the mix-up. I think it's a lie.
So, Kat, what do you
You
think?
think it's a lie? You both think it's a lie?
That's what I would
I think
vote.
it's a lie,
I'd
but the
go
only way
lie.
we beat them is true. So, do we want to win or do we want to be right?
Heavy sits the
This is
crown.
just for fun. I have nothing to do either.
This is either going to be legendary or really lame.
Felder.
It's gonna be legendary either way.
He says,
It is true.
It is true. He's saying it's true. They're saying it's lie. If I don't know, score doesn't count. I don't care. What is it? Is it true or is it bullshit?
I didn't get to fix her icebox, but I met Teddy Day.
Oh my God!
so was that true or false?
It was true. It was true. Yeah.
Thank you, Davis. So we're in a tie, but since that was 1,000 points, Felder's team won.